Good fight, but I'm sorry, Devin. I would have KO'd you. Slept you.
Mr. Garcia, make your family proud. I think your son is scared because you scared. Make your family proud, Henry. Make your family proud, man. Stand up, man, and show Ryan that you got some balls and that he needs to stand up for his fans. All his fans, they cap for him. Then you came back and said that belts don't mean nothing. Stop devaluing the sport and get out the sport if you don't got the balls. Get out the sport, man. Leave it alone. Get you a TikTok world championship or a YouTube world championship. Get you one of them and leave this other real shit to people that are really sacrificing and are really trying to make this shit happen.
What is your thoughts on Ryan Garcia? He went on his social media and he stated that he would have knocked out Devin after the Linares fight. What's your thoughts on Ryan Garcia comments?
I mean, Ryan Garcia, he has a lot of hate in his heart. I wonder when he's making these statements, is he suffering from the anxiety, the mental depression when he makes the statements? Because when he gets the fights that he's supposed to get, then he's under depression. But then he comes out of the depression from the anxiety and then starts critiquing. He turns into a commentator. He turns into a boxing historian. I mean, he really shows that the parents didn't do a great job. He says a lot of bitch statements, right? And so does his dad. I can see where Ryan gets the shit from. They say everything else but fight. My son comes from a thoroughbred. We don't do all that. We say, let's fight. We don't sit up and talk about what Ryan doesn't do, right? He got dropped on his ass, but we never talked about it. I mean, he's saying that he's going through shit, mental depression. He's unable to fight. We don't say that. We don't talk about him. We don't say what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to talk about somebody that's saying that they're going through something, but which one is it? We got to find out. Is it you are just a bitch, or are you a real fighter? We need to find out about Ryan. Ryan need to answer that. You know, do we want to talk or do we want to fight? And so far, he really resembles him and his dad. They soft.
Is it shocking to hear Ryan make such a claim when he turned down fights with both Devin Haney and Linares?
Man, listen, if they don't control the thing, his dad and his mom, they were refs and they were judges in amateur boxing. I wasn't no ref or no judge. I didn't use political strings to get my son to where he was. They were both refs and judges, and they used political power in amateur boxing, and now they try to use the same political power in the professional ranks. Ryan doesn't have the kahunas to stand in there with Dev. If ever he takes the fight, he's going to get punished. He's going to get punished in a way that he might never fight again.
The million-dollar question: who wins between Ryan versus anxiety, and how?
Listen, Brian has created for himself something that it's just going to be tough for him to get out of. It's going to be tough in the sense of now what they're going to be looking at doing is getting him some confidence fights instead of, when you look at Devin, we went in there and got on with a fighter that was at the top of the game at one time. I won't say that Jorge Linares is anything but an elite fighter. He just sat Lomachenko on his ass. He also beat Luke Campbell and dropped him. And that was the fight that Ryan Garcia said that he fought a good fighter. That was the fight that said that it was his breakout fight. Everybody had praised Ryan Garcia for getting up off his ass. Luke Campbell didn't come to the game as a puncher, right? Jorge Linares had more knockouts than we have fights. And Teofimo Lopez, he didn't sit Lomachenko down. So when we talk about power, you know, what are we talking about? I think Jorge Linares, when we talk about power in the lightweight division, he's at the top of the game. It's not fair to speak on anxiety for the people that really suffer from it. The people that have the talent in the world but I can't even just say talent, just people in general that are unable to go out in front of crowds and do things that even with their kids and stuff like that. Those people that go through those things are the people that I want to make sure that I don't say the wrong thing about them. The people that have to take off work and can't feed their families because they're suffering from those things. Not this punk that is now talking about he's going to fight again soon. He's back after the Jojo Diaz and Javier Fortuna fight gets announced. Hey man, if you got anxiety, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing watching boxing? Why don't you go get counseling, right? Get counseled up, get all the shit, get yourself together, then come back. But don't be talking from the cheap seats, man. You see what I'm saying? If his dad had any wherewithal, any sense, he would take his fucking phone like he did when he was a little kid, or he should have did with his kid, and get him off of Twitter, get him off of Instagram, and stop making these comments. If he gonna hang out in Hawaii, let him hang out in Hawaii. But posting TikTok videos of him and his girl and all this shit is juvenile, stupid shit. And the best that he does, that he shows, is him in the Cobra bag. He shows him in the Cobra bag because when he shows sparring, half the time he's getting beat up. And that's what Rolly Romero shit came out. You know, another loudmouth. We beat both of them dudes on the same night, period.
You could definitely catch Ryan fighting the speed bag everywhere on social media, but fighting in the ring.
He came out of nowhere, out of left field, and said, "Oh, I would have knocked Devin out." How are you going to take credit for somebody else's shot? You wasn't in the fucking ring. When we don't say nothing about that chump, then he's saying something about us. We're constantly answering the questions about what he's saying. He has a platform. And he has millions of people or whatever. So then he says something, and then we say something about him, and then people have something to say. Make up your mind what you want us to do, because we wasn't thinking about him. He jumped out of nowhere, out of left field, and said, "Oh, I would have knocked Devin out." How are you going to take credit for somebody else's shot? You wasn't in the fucking ring. And let's remember, Devin is the youngest world champion in boxing. He's the youngest. He's younger than all them dudes.
My man said that some people will never be happy no matter what Devin do. But the real Devin Haney fans see the truth. And we love our brother for doing his great work. Wouldn't you agree? Devin Haney got that Floyd Mayweather in him. He damn if he do, damn if he don't. They just want to see him lose.
Absolutely. Long as they come and pay for it, they're entitled to boo. They're entitled to critique. I don't get on the fans because, you know, whether they're not knowledgeable about it or whether they're just choosing to support them. I'm talking about the other guys that's in this business, the trainers, the fighters. They're getting exposed, man. It's no more pissing on top of the people's heads and telling them that it's raining if I'm around. You know what I'm saying? I'm exposing them. The Garcias are frauds. Until they step up and fight Devin, that's all they're going to be in my book, is frauds. Using Devin's name to clout. Same thing with the Lopez's. I want to tell Queen Lion Ryan Garcia, stop talking about Dev selling yourself and let's sit down and talk. And to Teofimo, the fake over Lopez, you do the same, man. You and your lion ass daddy, man. Y'all make this shit happen. And stop telling the fans you didn't got mad. Get down where you get mad at. You know what I'm saying? You want to get mad about it? Do something. Do something. Let's see a move and stop talking on the internet. Do something about it.
Hold it. You're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the wall. I shook up the wall.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.